Welcome to Sweethearts or Rivals. I'm Charla.
I'm Justin.
What's on our table today?
Istanbul.
It is a game that requires ages 10 and up.
Yep.
Or they recommend it, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
40 to 60 minutes, and it plays with 2 to 5 players.
Yeah.
This copy is published by Pegasus and AEG Games.
Right on. So, up here should be some links. You can check out our overview and the full playthrough that we just finished.
Yes.
No spoilers on who won.
We'll try not to.
So, what do you think of the components of Istanbul?
I like the components a lot because it's got one of those variable board setups, which is really cool. And what they use for that are these really hard punch-out boards.
Yeah.
Which is really
nice and
cool.
thick.
Yep. And you can set it up. They give it, well, really, there's 4 different ways that you can set it up.
Yeah.
Random, or then they have numbers in the corner that you can follow
Yeah.
to set it up. And then it's got wooden pieces, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of the games that you put stickers on, which I'm okay with that. I know some people don't like it, but I'm not fussy. I like to stick stickers on.
We're really careful with our components, so we don't. I don't think we've ever had a game where the stickers have been like I could see like somebody like running it across a nail or an edge or something and tearing the sticker.
No, that doesn't happen
for us. No.
Yep.
So,
no, and I find the artwork fits really well with the theme of the game.
Yep.
I mean, it's not overly a cutesy art, but it looks good for the theme.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
What do you think of the gems?
Oh, the gems are nice.
Gems are cool.
When you can, even with games that have like little cubes, when you could have gems, it's nice to replace them with the gems.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really cool.
Awesome.
So the gems are awesome. Yeah.
Excellent.
What do you think of the strategy of Istanbul?
Istanbul has a lot of strategy. Definitely some long-term goal setting. You've got this kind of spatial puzzle where you can go 1 or 2 spaces, drop off an assistant, 1 or 2 spaces, drop off an assistant, and you've got to work that into what do I need first, second, third, fourth, and how am I going to work that so that I end near enough to the fountain to get all your guys back.
You're not going to waste a turn trying to get back to the fountain. Yeah.
The game that we played, if I had not got a certain bonus card, I would have been 1 or 2 moves behind you because there was a point where I had to go to the fountain early.
Right, because I had an extra guy.
Yeah.
You didn't have your extra guy.
So I lucked out on getting that card. And that's where the randomness and the tactics come in because you're not really sure what bonus cards you're going to get, and some of them can be quite powerful. Yeah,
especially if you get them right at that exact moment that helps you out strategically.
So there's that randomness there. There's the randomness of where these merchants are going to end up, because wherever they end up is going to cost you extra money to get to. That messed with my strategy a lot this last turn, or this last game. Where is the governor and the smuggler going to end up? So there's a little bit of randomness. There's a little bit of tactics. But a lot of it is strategy. That card that let me go to the Sultan's place and do it twice in a row, I got that fairly early on. And as soon as I got that and was able to get my my wheelbarrow like fully upgraded, that was my strategy. Get all the stuff and get to that Sultan's place. So it's a nice blend. Now, your strategy is going to change based off of which setup. So they recommend starting the game using the middle blue numbers, so putting them in order of 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's what they call the short paths. So things are grouped fairly close together.
Yeah, you need red and green to buy these, and red and green are right here.
Right.
You need blue and yellow to buy these, and blue and yellow are right there. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So
and then to get money, and you spend money. And,
and to get goods, and you spend goods. So it's a nice way of learning how to play the game. Then what you can do once you're used to that is you can sort them based off the green numbers, and this is what they call the long paths. So instead of things like these being close to that, they're actually separated by distances. So it's going to be a bit of a longer game, more strategy, because you're going to have to get that path and plan it out a little bit more. The red number is kind of a blend of the two. They just call it the groupings. So again, that's going to change your strategy. if you like a little bit more randomness to your game, you can take the tiles, shuffle them, and just place them completely randomly. Because there really isn't a lot of randomness to the game.
No, not a ton of randomness.
Yeah.
Well, there's dice rolling, which is a little random, but then there's ways to manage your dice rolls.
Oh, yeah. One of the strategies that I always do early on is I get this tile as soon as possible so that I can mitigate the dice rolls a lot. So, yeah. A little bit of dice rolling, a little bit of randomness with the cards, a little bit of randomness on where these extra pieces end up. That's about it.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking about the game we played, because I don't think I went to the tea house once.
I don't think you did either. You got a lot of
goods
and spent a lot of time in the markets getting a lot of cash. Yeah. So there's a
lot of different strategies that you can use, for sure.
Because you can get a lot of cash to go to the gemstone dealer to get your gems that way, or you can get goods to sell at the Sultan's Palace to get goods to get the gems that way.
Right.
Normally, you tend not to get these right away, and you did this turn.
Yeah, just for the gems, though, because sometimes I find that's one thing that I would talk about in the next section in complexity.
Yep.
Like, I find if I have too many options of special powers, it's a little overwhelming.
Gotcha.
Like, I mean, this one you just get an extra dude, which is great, like an extra merchant to use.
Yep.
But all the rest of them are kind of, you have to remember to use them.
True.
Which sometimes I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But you managed to get them all for the gemstones, like, really quickly.
Yeah. And that's pretty much the only reason I got them, was for the extra 2 gemstones.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, more about the complexity. What do you think?
Well, as far as the setup goes, you just have to choose one of the setups that you want to do. But it's not overly complex to set up. No, but there are multiple ways to set up. So I guess I just mentioned that. And I found it really, like, when I was watching reviews on this myself, I found people trying to explain it through the video. I could not comprehend how to play this game.
Okay.
Like, until I played it for the first time. I had, like, it looked kind of cool, and I knew people really liked it, but I kept thinking, I can't follow this. I don't know why it was so hard for me to follow it until I played it the first time, and I was like, oh, now I get it. Like, yeah. And then the only other thing, like I mentioned before, the complexity, are the special powers. To remember to use them. Yeah. And then you'll see, if you watch our playthrough, I made quite a few mistakes of, like, forgetting to roll for, like, to move these pieces. Yeah. The governor and the smuggler. And there was one time I forgot to pay, like, this guy. So we had to, like, backtrack to kind of fix my mistakes to see, like, if it would have kind of changed anything. Yeah. Which hopefully we did okay, but...
I think we did okay. And I think the problem with that is there's 4 phases that you have to follow each round.
Yeah.
But when you move to a space, immediately and intuitively, the first thing you want to do is take that action. Right. Because that's why you went there. And that's not the second phase. The second phase is, did you encounter these guys? Did you then pay money and roll to see where they go?
Right. And I get so focused on, I have to get there to do this. Yeah. I get there and I do that. Yeah. So another thing, it's not complexity. It's just this type of player I am, I guess. Yeah. I tend to not do my steps in order. Yeah. Which does make me make mistakes.
But I mean,
that's
it
not
makes
having
sense.
to do anything with the complexity. It's just, I need to remember to do that. Yeah.
And it makes sense. When you go to a place, you want to do that action right away.
Right.
So
and I guess
it's just remembering to follow
the steps. Because then if you make mistakes like I did, it adds to the complexity of the game.
There you go.
Unnecessarily. Yep. So I think that's all I have to say about that. Yeah. What do you think about the playability? Or do you have something to say about the complexity?
The only thing I'd say about the complexity is, and this is part of why I enjoy the game, is it's a very spatial puzzle. You can only move 1 or 2 steps per turn. And so what you've got to do is look for steps ahead and then backtrack. If I want to end my movement on this space and get this, this, and this done, this is the path I'm going to take.
You look 4 steps ahead?
Maybe not 4, but I look several steps ahead all the time.
I generally, maybe that's why I'm always one step behind you, because I usually think, okay, if I go here, can I do what I want to do there next? Like, I think I'm usually 2 steps ahead.
Okay.
Where maybe if I went more steps ahead.
Because the way I look at it is, okay, I've got these 4 assistants, and I am at the fountain, which means for my 4 steps, I've got to figure out where I'm going to end up. That's only 2 spaces away from the fountain.
Right.
And so that's going to be almost like my one, like, strategy. 4 steps.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, and the way I look at it is like, I had 5 guys, but I usually always say, how many guys do I have left?
Yeah.
Okay. If I have a lot, I'm just like, well, I want to do those 2 things. So I'll go there, and then I can go there on my second turn.
Okay.
And then once I'm at my second turn, I'm like, okay, well, now I have 3 guys left. So where am I going to go that leaves my 3rd guy close to the fountain?
Nice.
So it's more, I try to play it, or I guess I end up playing it more tactically.
Okay.
Than strategically.
Right.
And maybe that's why I'm always 1 step behind you.
Maybe. Because I've noticed there are times when you've like got a lot of cash.
And I'm not spending it.
And you're not going to the gemstone dealer to spend it.
But I get so focused on
what
I think I need to be doing. Like,
yeah.
So that could be an issue with my gameplay.
Yeah. Okay.
So what about playability?
Playability. Mechanics versus theme. There's a bit of a disconnect between the mechanisms and the theme. I mean, I guess it makes sense. You're moving a couple spots and leaving an assistant to do something. But there's a lot of odd things.
Tell me then, because I find that I get the theme to the mechanics.
Okay.
So tell me what you're...
I guess it depends on which tile we're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Some of them work. I mean, you go to the police station, you let your guy go, and he runs off and does something for you.
See, I imagine
that makes sense.
I don't let him go. Like, I don't even pay his bail. No, I do a jailbreak.
Okay, you're just breaking him out.
I just break him out. I'm not spending any money to get him to go. True. I'm like, okay, I'm going to distract the guard. And then once you get out, you go and get that other piece of the wheelbarrow for me, and I'll meet you back at the fountain.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So that makes sense. I guess the one tiles that kind of throw me off is these bonuses, where if you go to the mosque and it's like, do you have 4 pineapple? You do? Well, give me 1, and I'll give you a tile that has a special ability. That doesn't make any sense.
No, because isn't it a mosque where you go to like pray and stuff?
Maybe.
And you could pray for inspiration.
I suppose.
Maybe you pray to learn new things. You could get a buddy at the mosque. You make a friend.
As long as you have 4 rare items and you're ready to give up 1.
The guy thinks you're so cool.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah.
That doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Well, it's not hugely thematic, but you can talk your way into it.
Yeah, but there are things that make sense. I mean, if you've got merchants at a place and you go there, you're going to have to pay them money because you're all taking up spots, I guess.
And getting gems, you're trading money or goods for
that totally makes sense.
Same with this.
Yeah, the markets totally make sense.
Yeah.
Even the Wainwright makes sense. Spend $7 to get yourself
upgrade a wheelbarrow. Yeah.
Go to the warehouses.
And you gamble at the tea house.
Yeah. So some of the tiles, actually most of the tiles make sense. Some of the tiles not so much. I even like the moving a certain amount of spaces and dropping off an assistant to do stuff so that you can keep going to get more stuff done.
Yeah, because you just imagine yourself at the head of the trail.
Yeah.
Like a train. And you're like, okay, Joe, you go get me some cloth. And then you're moving along. It's like, okay, Steve, you stop at the post office and do my business there.
Yeah, while I go on ahead and do something else.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell Mitch there to go to the fruit warehouse. Yeah. And then, And then we'll all meet back at the fountain when we're done. And then we'll give you new jobs after.
Okay, so some of the mechanisms and the theme work well together. Some of them are a little bit off, but nothing that breaks the game for me whatsoever.
Oh, no. Not at all.
I really enjoy the fact that you're not going for points whatsoever. You're just trying to get gemstones, which actually makes some kind of thematic sense. I mean, you're a merchant, and you're getting these gemstones, which is the ultimate merchant good. So that actually is kind of cool and makes sense. It scales really well with the number of players.
Yep.
It does add a little bit more time and downtime, because when it's not your go, there's not really a lot that you're worried about.
The only thing that you do on your downtime with more players is biting your nails to make sure no one's going to block you on your next move.
Yeah.
Because it's so strategical.
Yeah.
That, yeah, just that one person blocking you at just that one moment can, like, kind of wreck your whole turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. As for the replayability of the game, the fact that you can take the setup of this game and there's 4 different ways, one of which is completely random, that is going to change up the game a lot. So you actually have 3 games to learn: the short path, the long path, and the groupings, and each of those is going to have different strategies. And then after that, once you've kind of mastered all 3 of those, then you can just, like, okay, I've mastered the game, now it's just going to be random every time.
Go all willy-nilly.
So
yeah,
that is kind of nice. That makes it definitely replayable. Another thing that helps making it replayable is to always win.
Or always lose, because you're just playing to, like, finally sneak out that win.
Yeah.
Like, I have never won this game ever. But that does not make me not want to play it.
Yeah.
I used a double negative, but whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it makes me more determined.
Yeah.
And there's sometimes I'm like, we have to play this right away again, because I know what I did wrong this time. Let's fix it.
Yeah. It's
no,
nice.
I've never won yet.
So definitely replayable. If you took out the bonus cards and those were not a part of the game, that strategy tactics to randomness would shift to where there is very little randomness or luck. And I think without the bonus cards, this game would fall really flat.
You think?
Yes, because the bonus cards can give you such a great leg up when you need it.
Yeah, it makes you win the game.
Yeah.
You win the game.
Well, I mean, you pulled off some really good stuff with some bonus cards. I think the bonus cards, I think without the bonus cards, the game would fall flat. I don't think it would be as enjoyable.
I think without the bonus cards, which I never even considered this before, so I don't know why I'm talking about it, but it would put us on a level playing field.
I don't know if it would. Maybe.
Oh, you'd still win.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Okay.
I think it would be, maybe if you want a game that is pure skill with no surprises.
Yeah.
Then maybe the bonus cards, you'd want to not have them. But
But
as much as I love having a game that is skill and strategy and very little luck, you still need some kind of random luck in there for those surprises and that, you know, that the sudden swings that you didn't see coming.
that make you win every time.
I don't know. I don't know if they make me win. They help me win.
Yeah. Okay.
Because, yeah, honestly, that last game we were playing, I was losing for quite a bit.
Yeah.
And it was a couple of little mistakes. And honestly, a couple of random things where these guys just ended up going to the one spot that I had a good play on that kept messing me up.
Yeah.
So, I think that makes it more replayable. The bonus cards, definitely.
But we're not saying to take them out ever.
No, not at all.
No.
I think they are, like, essential to the game.
Right.
Yeah, and make it more replayable.
Right.
Because if you can get 2 people who are very closely skilled...
That's where we were going with that.
That's where we were going with
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hopefully that makes sense.
Maybe it got jumbled.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, does it have the awesomeness or the cuteness?
This game is more awesome than cute.
Yes.
The art is nice
Yeah.
for the theme of the game, but it is by no means cute art.
It's true.
I can't even say that they chose cute colors. The cutest thing about this game for me are the gemstones.
Yeah.
And actually, another thing that I do find kind of cute is the wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Even though it's not artistically cute, these are really cool.
Yeah.
How they come out and how you expand your wheelbarrow. That's cool and cute.
Everything's
cute
nicely
little wheelbarrow.
functional.
A cute little player board for you. Yep.
Everything's nicely functional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The iconography, the artwork. It's not hard to tell where the fruit warehouse is because it looks like a giant warehouse full of bananas and oranges.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it works very well.
Definitely more awesome than cute.
Yep.
Yep.
And I think the awesomeness comes from, even though there's that little bit of randomness, it's definitely a game that you can feel I've learned enough that my skill has gone up type thing.
Right. Yeah. Each time you play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's definitely very skill based.
Mm-hmm.
And that spatial puzzle adds that whole skill part.
Right.
Yeah. What game group would we recommend this game for?
I would say this game would be an excellent game for right above Gateway. Like once you've got your friends hooked and you've played a few gateways and you want to take it up that next level, because it's still easy enough to learn, I think, once you've got it in front of you and you're like seeing how it works. And then it's got that spatial puzzle thing.
Yep.
And it's got like kind of a basic kind of resource management.
Yeah.
Selling goods to gain to. I have to the steps. I have to get the goods. I have to sell the goods, and then I have to buy my gems.
Yep.
Like it's got that nice 1, 2, 3.
Or get the goods, the right kind of goods to trade for the gems.
To trade, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you want to go the path of the special powers, you can do that. Or
yep.
Yeah. So it's that nice one step up from Gateway.
Yeah, I'd definitely say a nice medium weight. Not Gateway, but not super heavy.
Right.
Which is great because it's also super quick and easy to set up and play. It's not a long game.
Yeah. And once you learn it, I find it's not got one of those overpowering themes that kind of... The theme doesn't depend greatly on the mechanics.
Yeah.
Which I find can make a game heavier too.
Yeah. So yeah,
if that makes sense.
Definitely kind of a medium weight game for a group that's going beyond the gateway and is looking for something a little bit more strategic and tactic, but not crazy heavy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. What's one thing you love and one thing you don't?
I love the puzzle of it.
I would have to agree. I'm right there with you. The spatial puzzle
like I was just saying,
the whole game.
It's got the 1, 2, 3 steps you follow, and also the resource management, which is the 1, 2, 3 spatial puzzle of the game. That's what I love.
Yep, me too. I love that spatial puzzle. I'm gonna have 4 moves before I've got to be back at the fountain. What are those 4 moves gonna be?
Right.
Yeah.
And I'd have to say the one thing I don't like about it would have to be, for me personally, it was hard for me to learn. Just it bugged me that I couldn't comprehend it from just watching other videos on how to play.
Okay.
Like it was a game for me where I had to play it to learn it.
Right on.
To understand it.
The other thing that I really like about it that I actually kind of forgot about until just now is I love the fact that there's no points. That you're playing for gems, and whoever gets gets all of their gems first triggers the end game and will probably win. I really like that. I love that, actually. More games should get rid of points altogether and have it something in the game that you're trying to accomplish. One thing I don't like about it, I guess the only thing I really don't like about Istanbul is the theme. And it's not that I dislike it. Like it's not that I hate it or anything, and it certainly doesn't push me away, but it doesn't grab my attention or imagination.
Okay. It's not where you're talking about the disconnect between mechanics and
no, it's not even that, because there is a good connect there.
Yeah.
It's not a theme that really grabs me and pulls me in. It's like, ooh, I'm going to be the best merchant in Istanbul ever. Yeah. Like, there's none of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's really the only thing I don't like about Istanbul. We've played it numerous times, and I've enjoyed it every single time.
Yeah.
And as soon as one of the setups starts to get a little bit old, you switch it up.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Do we finish as Sweethearts or Rivals?
I finished the game as Rivals.
Yeah.
I haven't won a game yet. Rivals. It's always by 1 move or like 2 moves behind.
And I am going to... I think the only time I've lost this is when we played with multiple players. I lost that game.
Well, yeah, the only other time you played is with me.
That's right, yeah.
So, and you've won all those games.
This is true.
And it is one of the... It's not a flip the table game, but it's a game where I could be like, you've got to be kidding me! Like, again? Rivals.
Yeah, definitely Rivals. I'm going to be working very hard to keep my trophy.
Your winning streak?
Yeah, my winning streak. Yeah.
It's bragging rights, I guess.
That's right, yeah. Istanbul, champion.
Maybe it should be a game we play like every Twitch.
There you go, yeah. Until you win.
Right.
Yeah. I wonder how long that would go.
I don't know. The Saga of Istanbul. Could be like a series.
That'd be kind of funny.
Oh, man.
So that is Istanbul.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.
Laters.